And that's why we check our shit. All right, there we go. There we go. Whoops. I forgot to unmute my mic right there. It's a damn good thing that I like to double check everything before I stream, right? You know what? I'm gonna give myself a like. What do they say? It's like making out with yourself or some dumb shit. Okay, everything sounds good. Everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my stream up on my phone so then that way I can make sure that it's coming in proper. I'm also gonna throw up my chat on my phone in case I get chats and I can't see them. Alright. Sleeping Giant Inn. I overdid Riverwood a little bit. And I also had to switch my LUDs because I put I ran Dying-a-Lot on high ultra and it's really difficult to it crashed. You gotta be shitting me. How did it crash? It crashed already? Super stable Modlist, right? Super stable Modlist. Gonna have to like delete like the first fucking half of this goddamn stream, it looks like. Alright. Documents. Adobe Premiere Pro. And no. What the fuck am I doing? My games. Skyrim. That's KLC. That crash. I don't even know what the hell caused the crash. It doesn't say. STB active effects. Well, before we actually get into the game, let's see if we can actually diagnose this really quick. So I'm going to copy and forward paste, analyze. STB active effects. So if it happens again, I'm going to log out and try and fix STB active effects. I do believe I know exactly what it's from. It's from my HUD. It's from Edge UI. So that right there is telling me that's a major indicator that I just have a really bad... STB might be bad. I got that with... What was it? Edge UI Explorer add-on. So we'll see if that is what caused the problem. But nonetheless, I'm going to have to go back here and cut like the first 10 minutes out of this goddamn stream. That's fine, though. It's kind of funny because I was just logging in because I'm like, you know what? I got to delete wearable lanterns for multiple reasons. One, I'm pretty sure it's causing some issues with crashing. My lanterns, they stand straight up on the NPCs and it looks stupid. So I'm like, you know what? Mod author doesn't fucking respond. I'm just going to delete the mod and I'm going to give it a bad review. Or not a bad review, but I'm going to give it a thumbs down, all right? If mod authors simply don't respond, I give it a thumbs down simply because, hey, you know, like, you're not going to respond to me. Whatever. Not entitled to respond, but you're not entitled to a fucking like either. You know what I mean? So... It is what it is. So wearable lanterns can go fuck itself. And a second reason wearable lanterns can go fuck itself, it's actually nothing to do with the mod itself. It's actually got to do with Rudy for Nat 3 weathers. The interiors are just not dark enough. They're not dark enough. Like, they're dark enough at night. but not dark enough to where I actually need to use a torch. So I need to find some sort of mod out there, some sort of way to tweak it to get interiors darker. I like it when my interiors are nice and dark. I don't like being able to see very well inside dungeons. I know it's kind of like a shock, but I want everything to be as realistic as possible. Unfortunately, when it comes to people like fucking making tweets and shit for like Nat 3 Weathers, which is the best weather system out there, period. Well, we're just gonna make it to the interiors are so goddamn bright that you need sunglasses to go inside, and that's why we have sunglass mod. Okay, just make the interiors dark, man. Be brave. Be brave. Be brave about it. For all the players that don't like their interior dark, they're just fucking pussies. I'll say it. They're goddamn pussies. But I'll live with it. I'll live with it. It's a complaint I'm willing to live with and that I'm not going to bring up again. I've never had a crash from STB before, so I'm a little shocked on that. I'm a little annoyed too. But, again, it's not that big of a deal. Another reason I'm going to try and be safe here is we're going to start a brand new character. Show you how to set up Skyrim in 2025. Okay, let's see. Come on. Race. We're going to be a wood elf. Presets. Load preset. I don't even know how the fuck I got this right. So, if anyone's been struggling with race menu, I will tell you I compress it into an ESL. Other than that, I don't know what else to tell you. Alright. I like to give it a minute for the all the mods to load up. This is fine, though. No. I gotta click down here. Gotta click immersive hunting carcasses, otherwise I cannot pick up my wolves. I have not even had a good reason to even have that mod. I just like it. Give it a little bit longer to get some stuff loaded up. 44 new menus, holy Christ. Okay, I think we're good enough to run the MCM recorder. Run recording. When it says finish, I just give it the benefit of the doubt. Alright, first we're going to go to Frostfall, and we are going to turn on Frostfall. Alright, the second one that we gotta activate is going to be Last Seed. See, this is a problem with mods these days, man. It's this bullshit right here. I hate it so bad. I don't know what mod author thinks this is still a good idea, but they gotta stop. They gotta stop. Come on, you fuck. Alright. Let's get that adjusted. And the last mod I need to turn on right away is going to be Way of the Monk. Oh, we are going to add now. Alright, Way of the Monk is getting initialized, and we gotta wait up for the Complete alchemy and crafting overhaul stuff to load up at 60% complete. Oh, and I discovered another bug I have yet to figure out, but watch what happens when I press C on the keyboard. See that? I have no idea why that happens. I got like 13 buttons bound to the same damn thing, and I have no idea why. We're gonna be safe and save it here.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
I'm a patron at a local inn.
Which inn are you a patron of?
Sleeping Giant Inn.
Even the lowest among us can rise to greatness.
Okay, before we do anything else, I have something to do on my end. It's just a quick little, there we are. Right. Let's see how this stream goes.
Are you listening?
Hard not to.
Iron Maul, huh? Iron Darth Maul.
Did you hear me?
Yep, Hale's going bad.
Trying to get a good spot to place my face. That's all.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch of soup.
Well,
Now I love Biggie's traits.
I think I got a clean mug around.
That one takes a little too long to load in for some reason, but it's livable. I'm going to be saving a lot. I do not have autosave. I will be saving a lot. I do not have quick save. Again, I will be saving a lot. That annoys you. I'm sorry. I have over 2,050 mods installed. Almost 2,060. Almost 260. I don't know my exact number right off the bat. I don't have it up. I got OBS in front of it. I was kind of hoping it was raining, but you know what? I'll deal with a little bit of sunshine. Survival mode? No. Religion?
Sure I am. We got some furs and some
Oh, what the fuck? That was weird. Well, I guess I'm not religious. That's alright. I'll pick up a religion. I'll see how to do that later on. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to run Dined a lot on the highest level. I actually got it running on the lowest level for streaming purposes, and it still looks alright. I really preferred on ultra, high, but unfortunately, my computer is not strong. Just want to make sure it's activated. I got a little path I like to take in the beginning. Oh, also, if you see me stutter, it's not the stream, I promise you. It's my PC trying to keep up. A lot of dumb little small mods I added since I was gone that I either forgot to add or just simply chose not to. One of them was smoking torches and candles. I know, I went that long without adding smoking torches and candles. Really is an FPS saver, but there's a certain point where like, man, fuck the FPS. Okay, everything does look golden. Indoors it plays very well. It's just outdoors is a bit of a nightmare. Cold weather. Got it, mod. Oh, you're gonna be seeing bars and shit all over the place. That's because I'm waiting for a patch that hasn't been made yet, but the mod author said that he was gonna be making one in the future. So I am 100% willing to live with it for right now. Oh, I went the wrong way. So to help me out, I did discover that I can go back and redo, or I can go check out Helgen and actually watch a dragon fly out. That's where the dragon likes to go. So why not take a little bit of a scenic route? My goal by the end of this stream is just to get through Bleak Falls Barrow and make sure all that's good and pray to the gods that everything showed up right. I do believe I installed it successfully because I have already checked it, and some long-standing issues that I always seem to have are no longer there. Woo! Oh God, that scared me. That scared me. I knew it was coming. I zoned out for a second. Alright. How can there only be one person in Riverwood that could see that damn thing flying in the sky? So I got Rain Extinguish as fire, but it's not a mod that works very well. I only brought that up because the last time I tested this, it was raining when I started. I love it when it rains in Skyrim. I love it. I don't care if it bothers anyone. I love it. Alright. So I usually have a lot of I like to carry a nice variety of weapons. And I really hope Read the Room actually works, because that's another bullshit mod that doesn't like to work a lot.
Mixed Unit Tactics by Codus Colonis, a book about the strategies of the Khajiit during the 5 Years' War. The legions could learn from the unconventional tactics used by the Khajiit in the 5 Years' War against Valenwood. I was stationed at Sphinx Moth Legion Fort on the border near Dune and witnessed many of the northern skirmishes firsthand. The war started with the so-called Slaughter of Torval. The Khajiit claimed that the Bosmer invaded the city without provocation and killed over 1,000 citizens before being driven off by reinforcements from a nearby jungle tribe. The Bosmer claimed that the attack was in retaliation for Khajiiti bandits who were attacking wood caravans headed for Valenwood. In the spring of 3rd Era 396, the war moved closer to Fort Sphinx Moth. I was posted on lookout and saw parts of the conflict. I later spoke with both Khajiit and Bosmer who fought in the battle, and it will serve as an excellent example of how the Khajiit use a mixture of ground and tree units to win the war. The Khajiit began the fight in an unusual way by sending tree-cutting teams of Kathal-Rat and the fearsome Sensha-Rat, or Battle Cats, into the outskirts of Valenwood's forests. When word reached the Bosmer that trees were being felled, allegedly a crime in the strange Bosmeri religion, a unit of archers were dispatched from larger conflicts in the south. The Bosmer were thus goaded into splitting their forces into smaller groups. The Bosmer archers took up positions in the remaining trees whose branches were now 20 or more feet apart, allowing some light into the forest floor. The Bosmer bent the remaining trees with their magics into small fortifications from which to fire their bows. When the tree cutters arrived the next morning, a half-dozen Khajiit fell to the Bosmer arrows in the first volley. After that, the Khajiit took large wooden shields from the backs of the Sensha-Rat and made a crude shelter.
Yeah,
even
that's
the
better.
enormous Sensha-Rat were able to hide between this shelter and one of the larger trees. When it became apparent that the Khajiit would not leave their shelter, some Bosmer chose to descend and engage the Khajiit sword to claw. When the Bosmer were nearly upon the shelter, one of the Khajiit began playing on a native instrument of plucked metal bars. This was a signal of some kind, and a small group of the man-like Ohms and Ohmsrat emerged from covered holes on the forest floor. Although outnumbered, they were attacking from behind by surprise and won the ground quickly. The Bosmer archers in the trees would have still won the battle were they not having troubles of their own. A group of Dagi and Dagirat, two of the less common forms of Khajiit who live in the trees of the Tenmar forest, jumped from one tree to another under a magical cover of silence. They took up positions in the higher branches that could not hold a Bosmer's weight. When the signal came, they used their claws and either torches or spells of fire, accounts from the two survivors I spoke with vary on this point, to distract the archers while the battle on the ground took place. A few of the archers were able to flee, but most were killed. Apparently, the Dagi and Dagirat have more magical ability than is widely believed if they were able to keep themselves magically silenced for so long. One of the surviving Bosmer told me that he saw a few ordinary cats amongst the Dagi, and even claimed that these ordinary cats are known as Alfiq, and that they were the spellcasters. But Bosmer are almost as unreliable as the Khajiit when it comes to the truth, and I cannot believe that a house cat can cast spells. At the end of the day, the Khajiit lost perhaps a half a dozen fighters out of a force of no more than 4 dozen, while the Bosmer lost nearly an entire company of archers. The survivors were unable to report back before a second company of archers.
I'm not taking
arrived,
iron
and the
weapons.
strategy
They
was
don't like
to
Wheeler.
similar results. Finally, a much larger force was sent, and the Bosmer won that battle with the help of the native animals of Valenwood. That third skirmish, and the Khajiiti response, I will discuss in the second volume of this series.
Brief History of the Empire. By
Hold on.
Carthage III.
I like playing audiobooks because it gives me a great filler.
Part 2. Volume 1 of this series,
There.
Brief History of the Empire, by Strana Carthage III, Imperial Historian. Description of events in the history of the Empire. Part 1. Before the rule of Tiber Septim, all Tamriel was in chaos. The poet Trachaisis calls that period of continuous unrest days and nights of blood and venom. The kings were a petty lot of grasping tyrants who fought Tiber's attempts to bring order to the land. But they were as disorganized as they were dissolute, and the strong hand of Septim brought peace forcibly to Tamriel. The year was Second Era 896. The following year, the Emperor declared the beginning of a new era. Thus began the Third Era, Year Aught. For 38 years, the Emperor Tiber reigned supreme. It was a lawful, pious, and glorious age, when justice was known to one and all, from serf to sovereign. On Tiber's death, it reigned for an entire fortnight, as if the land of Tamriel itself was weeping. The Emperor's grandson, Pelagius, came to the throne. Though his reign was short, he was as strong and resolute as his father had been, and Tamriel could have enjoyed a continuation of the Golden Age. Alas, an unknown enemy of the Septim family hired that accursed organization of cutthroats, the Dark Brotherhood, to kill the Emperor Pelagius I, as he knelt at prayer at the Temple of the One in the Imperial City. Pelagius I's reign lasted less than 3 years. Pelagius had no living children, but the crown imperial passed to his first cousin, the daughter of Tiber's brother, Agnoreth. Kintyra, former queen of Silvanar, assumed the throne as Kintyra I. Her reign was blessed with prosperity and good harvests, and she herself was an avid patroness of art, music, and dance. Kintyra's son was crowned after her death, the first emperor of Tamriel to use the imperial name Uriel. Uriel I was the great lawmaker of the Septim dynasty, and a promoter of independent organizations and guilds. Under his kind but firm hand, the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild increased in prominence throughout Tamriel. His son, and successor, Uriel II, reigned for 18 years, from the death of Uriel I in 3rd Era 64 to Pelagius II's ascension in 3rd Era 82. Tragically, the rule of Uriel II was cursed with blights, plagues, and insurrections. The tenderness he inherited from his father did not serve Tamriel well, and little justice was done. Pelagius II inherited not only the throne from his father, but the debt from the latter's poor financial and judicial management. Pelagius dismissed all of the Elder Council and allowed only those willing to pay great sums to resume their seats. He encouraged similar acts amongst his vassals, the kings of Tamriel, and by the end of his 17-year reign, Tamriel had returned to prosperity. His critics, however, have suggested that any advisor possessed of wisdom but not of gold had been summarily ousted by Pelagius. This may have led to some of the troubles his son Antiochus faced when he in turn became emperor. Antiochus was certainly one of the more flamboyant members of the usually austere Septim family. He had numerous mistresses and nearly as many wives, and was renowned for the grandeur of his dress and his high good humor. Unfortunately, his reign was rife with civil war, surpassing even that of his grandfather Uriel II. The War of the Isle in 3rd Era 110, 12 years after Antiochus assumed the throne, nearly took the province of Somerset Isle away from Tamriel. The united alliance of the kings of Somerset and Antiochus only managed to defeat King Orgum of the island kingdom of Pyandonia due to a freak storm. Legend credits the Sigic Order of the Isle of Artaeum with the sorcery behind this tempest. The story of Kintyra II, heiress to her father Antiochus' throne, is certainly one of the saddest tales in imperial history. Her first cousin Uriel, son of Queen Potema of Solitude, accused Kintyra of being a bastard, alluding to the infamous decadence of the imperial city during her father's reign. When this accusation failed to stop her coronation, Uriel bought the support of several disgruntled kings of High Rock, Skyrim, and Morrowind, and with Queen Potema's assistance, he coordinated 3 attacks on the Septim Empire. The first attack occurred in the Iliac Bay region, which separates High Rock and Hammerfell. Kintyra's entourage was massacred, and the Empress was taken captive. For 2 years, Kintyra II languished in an imperial prison, believed to be somewhere in Glenpoint or Glenmoral, before she was slain in her cell under mysterious circumstances. The second attack was on a series of imperial garrisons along the coastal Morrowind Islands.
These books are long, man.
Content Aranix fell defending the forts. The third and final attack was a siege of the imperial city itself, occurring after the Elder Council had split up the army to attack western High Rock and eastern Morrowind. The weakened government had little defense against Uriel's determined aggression, and capitulated after only a fortnight of resistance. Uriel took the throne that same evening, and proclaimed himself Uriel III, Emperor of Tamriel. The year was 3rd Era 121. Thus began the War of the Red Diamond, described in Volume 2 of this series.
Holy crap. Those books are freaking long. I'm gonna play the book when we get to... I'm gonna play the next one. I'm gonna be playing audiobooks. I like listening to the audiobooks while I play. It's a little bit of a... Learn a little bit more about Skyrim here, and a little bit more lore. Background lore. Alright. So I think that last crash happened because I switched Dindalad. You're supposed to be able to switch it indoors and it would be 100% just fine. Or I don't know if that's actually true, but I know you can disable it and re-enable it. So I think it's kind of dumb that that crashed. It is what it is, though. I wish it wasn't so brutal on everything outside. There's a mod called like Skyrim Project Optimization. I think it's the one. I could be wrong. I cannot remember which one it was, but one of those, man. It's kind of disappointing. All right, we're gonna use the Iron Maul. He's gonna run up and grab his potion quick. Ah, we don't even need to do that. But I'm gonna anyways. Little experience right out the bat. Now, they're not going to stay down because I don't have any flames. That's fine, though. These are the little bastards I care about. Oh, that was nice. I want to know why I got kill moves. I don't want kill moves. I'm not supposed to have kill moves, so I got a problem. Get rid of kill moves. I don't know why I have fucking kill moves. Some dumbass mod somewhere gave me kill moves. Now, I do believe only flames will keep them down right now. But that's fine, because right after this, we gotta well, not after this, we gotta go to that one cave. I can't remember exactly what it's called right offhand, but Ember Shard Mine. And then we'll head on to Riverwood so I can get my embers. Unless I luck out and someone has it in Riverwood. What the hell? Frostbite spiders. What a joke. What a joke. Yeah, he doesn't have dialogue here. I'm sure everyone who uses alternate start probably knows that by now.
I came to see what was going on here.
Oh, also, apparently my fucking shit mod, what do you call that? Read the room isn't working again. Again!
No, you don't understand.
I'm about ready to just install helmet toggle. I'm just gonna write that down. Read the room still not fucking working. Still not fucking working. Yes, I have one right here.
Yes, I have one right here.
Nothing pisses me off more than mods that work half the time, man. Like, mod authors suck sometimes. There we go. Well, you probably got to like, if you make a mod, dude, make sure it doesn't conflict. Make sure it doesn't conflict. Or at least make instructions. Here's my biggest problem when people make mods and don't leave good instructions with them. You're like, yeah, even though that they might be simple installs, here's a list of shit that might conflict with it. Or make a patch.
No way to know if anyone else made it out alive.
I want to check something, man. I want to check my map. Yeah, unfortunately, without Ultra Lods, you get, like, dog shit for, the map isn't as good. Oh, by the way, that's my PC trying to catch up all the sound outside, so... Got a little bit of clipping with that greatsword, but whatever. You better work. Alright, dying to lot and everything looks good. Good enough. I'm really hoping that bro at Riverwood Trader really has my shit that I need. I don't want to run all the way to Riverwood or Whiterun right away.
Join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire.
Wasn't expecting him there right away.
We'll know what the coming of the dragon means. It's Ulfric.
We're gonna burn your corpse for one major reason. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. You got some giant... Jesus, lady. Alright, hold on. Son of a bitch. Hey, Ralph, what'd you do with that other guy here, man? You just kind of went off and killed my bandits. Whatever. Oh my god. I'll get some hunting bows in here. Wasn't expecting Ralph to show up and fuck my shit up. I'll be saving a lot in here because this could turn into a real shit show real quick. Damn. You know what we're gonna do?
Brief History of the Empire by Carthage III, Imperial Historian. A description of events in the history of the Empire. Part 2. In Volume 1 of this series, described in brief the lives of the first 8 emperors of the Septim dynasty, beginning with the glorious Tiber Septim and ending with his great-great-great-great-grandniece, Tyra II. Tyra's murder in Glenpool while in captivity is considered by some to be the end of the pure strain of Septim blood in the imperial family.
That did some emotional damage.
Uriel III not only proclaimed himself Emperor of Tamriel, but also Uriel Septim III, taking the eminent surname as a title. In truth, his surname was Mantiarcho from his father's line, In time, Uriel III was deposed and his crimes reviled, but the tradition of taking the name Septim as a title for the Emperor of Tamriel did not die with him. For 6 years, the War of the Red Diamond, which takes its name from the Septim family's famous badge, tore the Empire apart. The combatants were the 3 surviving children of Pelagius II, Potema, Sepphoris, and Magnus, and their various offspring. Potema, of course, supported her son Uriel III, and had the combined support of all of Skyrim and northern Morrowind. With the efforts of Sepphoris and Magnus, however, the province of High Rock turned coat. The provinces of Hammerfell, Somerset Isle, Valenwood, Elsewhere, and Blackmarsh were divided in their loyalty. Most kings supported Sepphoris and Magnus.
You know what?
Uriel III was captured.
Really makes me want to keep the kill moves. That was gorgeous.
En route to his trial
But I'm not.
in the Imperial City, a mob overtook his prisoner's carriage and burned him alive within it. His captor and uncle continued on to the Imperial City, and by common acclaim was proclaimed Sepphoris I, Emperor of Tamriel. Sepphoris' reign was marked by nothing but war. By all accounts, he was a kind and intelligent man, but what Tamriel needed was a great warrior. He, fortunately, was that. It took an additional 10 years of constant warfare for him to defeat his sister Potema, the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude, who died in the siege of her city-state in the year 137. Sepphoris survived his sister by only 3 years. He never had time during the warriors to marry.
We can handle this, man.
To assume the throne. The Emperor Magnus was already elderly when he took up the imperial diadem, and the business of punishing traitorous kings in the War of the Red Diamond drained much of his remaining strength. Legend accuses Magnus' son and heir, Pelagius III, of patricide, but that seems highly unlikely, for no other reason than that Pelagius was king of Solitude following the death of Potema and seldom visited the imperial city. Pelagius
Whoa!
called Pelagius the Mad, was proclaimed emperor in the 104th.
They made this dungeon bigger too?
Almost from the start, his eccentricities of behavior were noted at court. He embarrassed dignitaries, offended his vassal kings, and on one occasion marked the end of an imperial grand ball by attempting to hang himself. His long-suffering wife was finally awarded the regency of Tamriel, and Pelagius III was sent to a series of healing institutions and asylums until his death, 3rd era 153, at the age of 34. The Empress Regent of Tamriel was proclaimed Empress Kateria I upon the death of her husband. Some who do not mark the end of the Septim bloodline with the death of Kateria II consider the ascendancy of this dark elf woman the true mark of its decline. Her defenders, on the other hand, assert that though Kateria was not descended from Tiber, the son she had with Pelagius was, so the imperial chain would continue. Despite
I'm almost scared to move.
Kateria's 46-year reign was one of the most celebrated in Tamriel's history. Uncomfortable in the imperial city, Kateria traveled extensively throughout the empire, such as no emperor ever.
That should be good to take.
She repaired much of the damage.
Oh yeah.
Broken alliance, bungled diplomacy. The people of Tamriel came to love the empress far more than the nobility. Kateria's death in the minor skirmish in Blackmarsh is a favorite subject of conspiracy-minded historians. The sage Montalius' discovery, for instance,
I made a mistake. Alright, I forgot about them 4 guys that come out.
Revelation. When Cassandra assumed the throne upon the death of his mother, he was already middle-aged, only half-elf when he was a brat. In fact, he had left the rule of Wayrest to his half-brother Uriel in poor health. Nevertheless, as the only true blood relation of Pelagius and thus Tiber, he was pressed into accepting the throne. To no one's surprise, the Emperor Cassandra's reign did not last.
Might have to redo all of this.
Joined his predecessors in it.
Yeah. Let's see if it crashes. This is a good test. The game loves crashing on death. Or at least it did before. Looks like we're good. Now I get to redo all that bullshit again. Love it. It's kind of shit that fucking makes me hard. No, no. Boy. That's kind of spooky. I don't like that. Fuck are you doing, Bandit Archer? See, that's what I like to do. I don't like that kill move bullshit. I don't know why I had kill moves all of a sudden. I have to go to my MCM and check it out after the next time I save here. Oh yeah, that one's a berserker, so that he's a little bit extra deadly. Maybe I need traps. Maybe I need to get some more of those runes. I want to check something. I like the impulse sound. Alright, so it must be, the maximum carnage. Maximum destruction. Whatever. Alright. You know what? I forgot. Bandit. There's something, I can't remember what the mod's called, but it makes you feel guilty for killing shit. Oh, shit. I feel I've alerted people. I felt wrong. Fucking longbow, huh? Ah, annoying. I just want to make sure I'm not getting snuck up on yet, you know what I mean? Paranoid as hell right now. Doesn't look like a hunting bow either. Yeah, it does! And apparently food spoils now. Okay. Yeah, I'm over here. Over here, big dog. I guess he's just gonna chill right there, and I'm fine with that, I guess. Might need a smarter NPC mod, I don't know. Steel mace! I'm a little annoyed I can carry so much. I actually hate that. All right. Cannot sleep with enemies nearby yet. I haven't even leveled up my character. That bandit had some crazy ass looking armor on, man. Damn it! I specifically saved that for you, lady. Alright, you're dead. All this is good. Alright. Now wearing Imperial bullshit. Oh, I need that. I'll pick up another one. Now we can begin the cleansing of Embershard Mine. All right. Whoop.
Brief History of the Empire by Carthage III, Imperial Historian. A description of events in the history of the Empire. Part 2. In Volume 1 of this series, described in brief the lives of the first 8 emperors of the Second Dynasty, beginning with the glorious Tiber Septim, ending with his great-great-great-grandfather. Tiber's murder in Glenfell and captivity is considered by some to be the end of the pure strain of Septim blood in the Imperial family. Certainly marks the end of something. Uriel III not only proclaimed himself Emperor of Tamriel, but also Uriel Septim III, taking the eminent surname as a title. In truth, his surname was Mantiarco from his father's line. In time,
I like all the new names of all these different
the
foods.
tradition of taking the name Septim as a title for the Emperor of Tamriel did not die with him. For 6 years, the War of the Red Dot, which takes its name from the Septim family's famous clash, or the Empire of the combatants were the 3 surviving children of Pelagius II, Potema, Sepphoris, and Magnus, and their various offspring. Potema, of course, supported her son Uriel III, and had the combined support of all of Skyrim and northern Morrowind. With the efforts of Sepphoris and Magnus, however, the province of High Rock turned coat. The provinces of Hammerfell, Somerset Isle, Valenwood, Elsewhere, and Blackmarsh were divided in their loyalty, but most kings supported Sepphoris and Magnus. In 3rd Era 127, Uriel III was captured at the Battle of Ikkedeg in Hammerfell. En route to his trial in the Imperial City, a mob overtook his prisoner's carriage and burned him alive within it. His captor and uncle continued on to the Imperial City, and by common acclaim was proclaimed Sepphoris I, Emperor of Tamriel. Sepphoris' reign was marked by nothing but war. By all accounts, he was a kind and
Really?
intelligent man, but what Tamriel needed was a great warrior, He, fortunately, was that. It took an additional 10 years of constant warfare for him to defeat his sister Cortana, the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude, who died in the siege of her city-state in the year 137. Sephora survived his sister.
No, that kind of sucks.
He never had time.
I already miss Sunhelm.
So it was his brother, the fourth child of Pelagius II, who assumed the throne. The Emperor Magnus was already elderly when he took up the imperial diadem, and the business of punishing the traitorous kings of the War of the Red Diamond drained much of his remaining strength. Legend accuses Magnus' son and heir, Pelagius III, of patricide, and that seems highly unlikely, for no other reason than that Pelagius was king of Solitude following the death of Cortana and seldom visited the imperial city.
I like making sure I got a little bit of a boost on every attack.
Claimed emperor in the 145th year of the Third Era. Almost from the start, his eccentricities of behavior were noted at court. He embarrassed dignitaries, offended his vassal kings, and on one occasion marked the end of an imperial grand ball by attempting to hang himself. His long-suffering wife was finally awarded the regency of Tamriel, and Pelagius III was sent to a series of healing institutions and asylums until his death in Third Era 153 at the age of 34. The Empress Regent of Tamriel was proclaimed Empress Kateria I upon the death of her husband. Some who do not mark the end of the Septim bloodline with the death of Kateria II consider the ascendancy of this dark elf woman the true mark of her.
Alright, you see that?
Her defenders, on the other hand, assert that though Kateria was not descended from Tiber, the son she had with Pelagius was, so the imperial chain did continue. Despite racist assertions to the contrary, Kateria's 46-year reign was one of the most celebrated in Tamriel's history. Uncomfortable in the imperial city, Kateria traveled extensively throughout the empire, such as no emperor ever had since Tiber's day. She repaired much of the damage the previous emperor's broken alliance and bungled diplomacy created. The people of Tamriel came to love their empress far more than the nobility did. Kateria's death in a minor skirmish in Blackmarsh is a favorite subject of conspiracy-minded historians. The sage Montalius's discovery, for instance, of a disenfranchised branch of the Septim family and their involvement with the skirmish was a revelation indeed. When Cassander assumed the throne upon the death of his mother, he was already middle-aged. Only half-elven, he aged like a brat. In fact, he had left the rule of Wayrest to his half-brother Uriel due to poor health. Nevertheless, as the only true blood relation of Pelagius and thus Tiber, he was pressed into accepting the throne. To no one's surprise, the Emperor Cassander's reign did not last long. In 2 years, he joined his predecessors in eternal slumber. Uriel Lariat, Cassander's half-brother, and the child of Kateria I and her imperial consort Galaveri Lariat, after the death of Pelagius III, left the kingdom of Wayrest to reign as Uriel IV. Legally, Uriel IV was a Septim. Cassander had adopted him into the royal family when he had become king of Wayrest. Nevertheless, to the council and the people of Tamriel, he was a bastard child of Kateria. Uriel did not possess the dynamism of his mother, and his long 43-year reign was a hotbed of sedition. Uriel IV's story is told in the third volume of the series.
I guess I didn't want to play that audiobook. Guess I'm gonna have to hand this guy. We'll be alright. Guess we'll go this way instead. Oh no, that was a lot of fucking damage. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Okay. Holy shit, man. Not sure what's happening. All right. Yeah, fuck that, man. That guy almost got me. All right, so all these guys just kind of bugged out. Ah! The fuck are you doing in? Yeah, I gotta be honest, man. Shit like this is discouraging. Oh. I might reinstall Sunhelm, man. Look at this shit. 325 weight carry. That's not very survival-like. I don't have very good bars and shit to tell when I'm hungry and all that shit. I don't have those no more. Sunhelm might be the OG on this shit. You know what? I didn't know this was right here. I gotta run, baby. Take him out quickly. Looking at a bad day, baby. No, I'm not. Mercy. Let's see if we get a crash. Holy shit. I don't want to spend an hour in Evershard Mine. I'll head back there after a while. I might get rid of Frostfall, man. Frostfall kind of sucks. So I...
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. She's already on, so keep coming. Let's see here.
Well, that was fucking dumb, wasn't it?
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures,
Maybe you could
no
talk some sense
theatrics,
into my
no
pig-headed
thief
brother.
chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that. Well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop.
What happened here?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
I could help you get the claw back.
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going
Bleak Falls Barrow is
you
just
should head to
outside of
Bleak
town.
Falls
I
Barrow,
can show you.
northeast of town.
So,
Shit! Forgot the one important thing. Two important things.
The sooner you find the claw, the sooner our lives can get back to normal.
Do you sell spells?
I think I have a few old spell books laying about. If you want more, you'll have to go to the College of Winterhold.
All right. We got Frostbite here, but what a shitty ass turn of events right there.
we have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just...
Shut up, bitch!
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. Can I get you something? Of course. Until next time.
You are going to brew a new batch of ale, right? Like we talked about?
All right, it's 7:13. The gates should all be open.
For over a month.
Yep.
God damn it, dude.
What's going on? You two look pretty well done.
Oh, hey, bitch. Little wiener dog took out the wolf. Thank you, buddy. Which arrows do I have? 31. See, I'm not sure if there's an updated Lux patch for Dungeons Revisited or what.
What was that?
Sure wish that didn't miss. Holy hell. That's not good. Mages are dangerous. We're running. Maybe. Maybe if my PC catches up in 10 seconds. I don't remember the last time I saved. Ralph! You're not Ralph. Fuck.
You're no match for me. Come on.
I think I'm gonna put up a fight fairly easy with you, guy.
I'll split you in two. You bastard. You picked a bad time to be lost.
I don't understand, like, my arrows aren't doing very good damage to this guy. Fuck you, Isidore. I'll be taking your shield. All right. Go about this a little bit differently. I'm so torn on, like, reinstalling Sunhill. I'm so fucking pissed right now. It's not even funny. Holy shit. Yes! A little bit of a warning shot. On the contrary, I'm stuck. I can't move.